camera every now and then. Sorry. Okay, we now have the 14.2.2.3. At least they didn't add another 2 at the end. That just installed last night. A little bit slower than everybody else. Not sure why. The notes really don't look any different. Preventing offset and road debris, i.e. tires, branches. Yeah, that's. I mean, it does wonderful as it is. Nothing really new here. Speed profiles. Hopefully they might have done some fixes on that. I don't think so. UI improvement. Brake confirmation. These are pretty much all the same as before. Like I said, Grok is good when you got complicated things to do. Dash cam viewer update, Santa mode, light show mode, paint shop. I've tried this paint shop many times, and everything I do in here, the car's still the same color. I don't get it. It doesn't work. Yeah, you can see I have the car painted, but no, it's the same default color it was when I bought it. Supercharger maps. Yeah, it's nice that they have these new Supercharger maps, but it's only a very few selected Superchargers. Well, left behind. Yeah, and if we go under the menu here, you don't see anything here showing anything new since the previous update. I think we're on. Yeah, there we go. Switch over the Mini. Now to go over here, I've had this car a little over 7 months now, and I already have 90,832 miles on it. Bumper to bumper warranty is 50,000 miles. You can pay $60 a month extra to extend that up to 100,000 miles. So I'm almost done extending that. Since the 14.2 came out, which was the 25th of November, I have driven a total of 26,121.3 miles. The car has done 26,045.6 of that. So 80 miles I've driven, and all that is all just in parking lots or where I have to take over because the person can't tell me exactly where to go. Yes, I know there's a crack in my windshield. I've already replaced my windshield 3 times. I need to find time to schedule for another one. It's just kind of frustrating to have time to do that. And every time I head towards the McAllens or what have you, I get more chips and dings and what have you. It's nonstop. I have both the Uber and Lyft app on. I have people messaging me here. Well, we got a pickup. And I hate these pickups because they they won't stop spamming to call the customer when you get there. This one here is going from Laguna Heights to Brownsville, only paying $16. Well, I just got a ride request from Laguna Heights going to downtown Brownsville, a doctor's appointment, a medical transport. So no tip, only paying $16. And let me see here. This one here is scheduled for what, 8:07? Weird time. So we're going to go ahead and, for the very first drive, head over here and try to pick this person up on Garfield Street. I think I've picked this person up before. And somehow I don't think that is the right address. I think she's somewhere around here or something. I don't know. Could be. But that does show up as the right address. Talking to my friend Tim here on the island. Let's see if this can get out at the parking lot. See, it needs to be on the right-hand side over there when it's going out. The only problem is that the hotels put these red lines everywhere, and it doesn't like to cross that red line a lot of times. You see, it doesn't want to cross it. Okay, it's doing it this time. That is an improvement. Okay. Now, granted, it'll do it 1 out of 5 times. So, I'll have to try that quite a few times to see if it will keep doing that. We are in chill mode. Let's go up to standard. Would have been nice to have this update yesterday when I drove, or this past weekend when I had to drive all the way out to the other side of Texas to pick someone up and drive them all the way to McAllen. That would have been a good, nice, thorough test this weekend. Okay, it is going the route I prefer it to take, which is good. It's kind of funny that the navigation is saying to turn left now, but the turn signal is right, so it's ignoring its own navigation back there and doing its own thing. I usually have to hit the turn signal to try to force it, because I prefer this route a little bit better. I find it's quicker to get across. This is a 2026 Juniper Edition Model Y, long range, single motor. When I first bought it, we had 357 mile range on a full charge. I'm now down to about 295 mile range on a full charge, around there. After all this driving, the battery degradation is linear, or a curve, not linear. So we're at 81% battery health. That was last tested 4,397 miles ago, just a couple weeks ago. That's why I went with this version. If I would have went with the dual motor, I might be down closer to 250 miles of range by now. And for me, it is more about the range. The less I need to take out of my day to hit chargers to keep going with the amount that I drive every day trying to make some money, the better. Now, things have gotten really slow around here. And these rides just don't pay what they used to pay.